Hey everyone, just did a video on tuning the throttle bodies, and I just wanted to go back through and get some more detail on it that I thought was lacking on the Suzuki one I saw on the internet. That's in my favorites. So this port right here, and then the bottom port over here is the ones that you connect your manometer or carburetor sync tool to. And also you want to make sure that your breather tube is clear. And then this guy right here, that usually goes on the bottom of your intake box, you want to make sure that's plugged back in, otherwise you're going to get code on that. Then that's the screw I was telling you about, in for front, out for rear. Let's see, I just used a jack stand handle to prop open my gas tank. Anything really works. Let's see, I want to make sure you don't lose these little seats right here. I just like to keep them on the bike, that way I don't misplace them somewhere. If you have jack stands, it's pretty much amazing, just to keep you off the floor. Then you also want to make sure this guy is plugged in. That will have to come off your air intake box as well. And so here's the intake box. That one I just showed you is typically right here on this back side, and the other one, let's see if I can move around, is right there, that bung. You'll just have to unscrew it from that bung right there and plug it back in. Then it's your breather inlet. And that's about it. You just want to make sure it's at about 1200 RPM when you're testing it. Then once you get that set, then you bump it up to about 2000, I think is what they said. And you go up to 2000, steady RPM. Recheck yourself, readjust, and then back down, and just kind of play with it till you get it where you feel happy with it. And you just want to make sure you clear the throttle bodies and get everything set to where it's going to run even when you have the carburetor tool on there, just so that you're getting an even reading after each adjustment. And that's about it. Can't tell you too much else. Yeah, and the other big thing is just to make sure that your bike is at a normal operating temperature when you take and do your sync. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward, not too difficult. Save yourself some money, do it at home. Don't have to go to the shop quite as often. Another thing to look at while you have your intake box off is to check for any vacuum leaks. Make sure all your vacuum lines are good and secure, and just once over everything and make sure all your electrical connections are good and secure underneath here, so you don't have to pop into it too often. And that's about it. Thanks for looking.